DAMWON will probably continue with their style of con on tank on top side, have a very strong possible 5-on-5 setup heading towards that mid game, heading towards that late game, because they're so confident in that versus Cloud9. Already, they were able to overcome an early Cloud9 advantage and still come back with the victory. Meanwhile, for Cloud9, this is the one where they've been trying so many different strategies. I think there's more variance here, so I'm super excited to see what they try and crock DAMWON with this time around. The Varus has been a very popular ban for the bottom side of the map. We just saw it effectively used by RNG. The laning power, in addition to the CC that you can bring to your team, has just been overwhelmingly effective. And there's that Senna that we are looking for. Meanwhile, on DAMWON, they take out both the Tahm Kench and the Thresh. So both of the safety, main safety bottom lane support play champions. And this is going to mean the bottom lane will probably be chock full of aggression, of engaged champions, especially if Kai'Sa's locked in. You expect a Nautilus or a Leona to be paired right alongside her.
With Renekton getting locked in is certainly rather interesting. One of the big things I will say again about Rumble Jungle is you need an attack damage mid laner almost always with the composition. And Showmaker doesn't play a ton of AD mids. Renekton would be one of the more meta ones out there. Again, Renekton could obviously flex mid, but also Renekton's been banned so much in this tournament. 36 bans. The most banned champion of MSI 2021 is left up, and Fudge instantly grabs it.
Yep, going to be a very pivotal flex pick for them here. This has been a strategy versus Cloud9. Most teams are trying to deny Blabber the Udyr because it is the simplest of these super strong junglers at the moment. Instant lock in here on Morgana. I definitely favor this for Cloud9 way more than the Rumble pick because it allows Blabber to focus just on the clear speed early and then his teammates setting up CC for the binding. 1.2, the frequency of Renekton being banned out is the point and click CC for either solo lane. If a Morgana comes, Renekton can set that up. Very similar to a Nidalee Renekton style. The binding is slower traveling, but once you have set up for it and you can guarantee it landing, the CC is so long you can come up with those kills. Meanwhile, DAMWON really want to go with that kill bottom lane we are looking for, with the Nautilus following up that Kai'Sa and plenty of engage for them. They have the possibilities of going very hard on dive. I have really liked Morgana being paired with things like the Zoe for the mid lane, because it lends even more threat to either of the skill shots landing, as well as dealing with one of the strongest components that people will draft against Zoe, against long range poke, in that the Black Shield can deny stuff like Nautilus ultimate engage, and you can actually force your opponents to eat more skill shots by virtue of the spell immunity and trying to deny some of these engage options.
Yes, indeed. Syndra ban, that is near mandatory. As soon as you have the Lucian ban, you need to get rid of Trist mid's hardest counter in the meta. Very important ban there. You do not have lane agency when Skyler the Weak just completely crushes the rocket jump, so good job there. Also, quick note on the metagame overall MSI, Udyr has overtaken Rumble in priority overall. It's not just Cloud9, but most teams now at MSI would rather take or ban the Udyr than the Rumble. That champ's been leaving a few more champs like them before. can be really tough to rocket jump away from a Nautilus hook because it's a stun and then a slightly delayed knockback, which very, very shortens the amount of time you have to time rocket jump well to break the entire spell. It's really, really tough, so a lot of players are going to miss it. Orianna Victor is going to be a fairly non-interactive mid, but it means the analyst has talked about the fact that they wanted to see perks on a playmaker, something with selfish agency. Lucian, Tristana, Yone, the ones being named specifically, not on those champions here.
And one thing I will call out too is the other thing that the Gangplank top does, in addition to putting this kind of pivot point and dependency on the early pressure up there, it also influences not only the bottom lane with the Gangplank ultimate, but can influence the mid lane here. A couple of the games at MSI already, Perkz has been punished for some positioning, caught out some early deaths. Even in their victory earlier today, died early on the Zoe because of getting hit with the Scatter of the Weak into Morgana binding. Gangplank ultimate slow can help set those up for DAMWON if they do actually try and make some early visits mid as well to get that mid push.
All right, well, we are on to the Rift. Cloud9 at 1-4. Several of these games were within reach or thrown away at about 2.5 minutes in. I personally feel like their performance has been slightly better than 1-4, although that is subjective, and maybe they deserve the record after all. But DAMWON Kia, so many high hopes were on this team. They are at 4-1 now in this stage. They've only dropped a couple of games, or 3, I guess, to be specific. They've all been to teams that are quite good, honestly. But 4-1 right now, they could easily hold on to a first-place spot heading into the knockout stage. We'll see if they can keep that road going and make themselves go 9-1.
All right, first thing I want to focus on is the volatility of both bottom lane and top side. So then you always focus on where junglers are starting, both of them bottom quadrants with pulls to try and accelerate them as quickly as possible to get up to this Renekton Gangplank matchup that we're looking towards. You see Sven here hovering, waiting for Vulcan to make sure that even if Beryl and Ghost are in this tri-brush, they're actually in a position to try and fight them off and they don't get set into lane with an early health deficit, but the hook goes right around Vulcan.
Really nice anchor smash with a lot of damage onto Sven, and it's Summoner Heal burn very early on. Vulcan not quite tanking up the hook. Obviously, great aim by Beryl to make it happen. And already a rough start to the lane. Alistar not strong before level 2. Nice abuse of the cooldown difference as well. The hook comes up well before Pulverize, so that's another easy trade. And Cloud9 have to give away the fact that they're not getting level 2.
The first hook is really the key one there from Beryl. So close. Almost pixel perfect to get him around Vulcan's model, and yet still hit Sven there for the early trade. Yeah, Blabber is able to kite back, does also kill off the ward here. I believe he still was able to get
I think Showaker got 2 of them.
2 of the small ones.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Top side, though, the other one we want to focus on, Fudge was able to get access to that minion wave and push in the Gangplank, so I think this is actually a very favorable start for him up on the top side. Morgana should be able to catch up to Udyr, but as of right now, Canyon should be able to actually get there first. Tri-brush ward early from Fudge, so he's definitely got the vision to see if Canyon just does the full clear into topside pressure. Khan right now can actually play off of that
not time to gank.
deficit here. Yeah, you just walk away.
Yeah, it should be okay. The slice should still be up. Canyon can kind of camp this brush. That's, of course, you want to ward Tri-brush and not get ganked, but now you don't know if he's recalling or not. Great, Anchor Dust comes in. That's the death. Sven should die. His heal's already down. Last thing of Ignite barely keeps him alive, and now it's time for the roam. Mid laners, top laners showing up. The bind on it. Nice smite comes in, but Fudge, be careful. Slice and dice away. Flash is preemptive, but Canyon's on the chase. The Q is too early. Does not get the heal, and first blood for Canyon.
Top Scuttle Crab strikes again. Cloud9 going for it, and this time it is Fudge who pays the price. They got the crab, but they lost the croc.
Oh no, that is not a good trade. We've seen these trades, and okay, at least Fudge gets himself a longsword, but obviously not a great thing. Khan shoves in the entire wave, has plenty stacked up. Fudge can't give that one away. It does mean 2 scuttles. That is obviously not. Oh no! Oh, he got it. No, the bind was there. Beryl. Whew, that was close.
Yeah, heat-seeking hook so far for Beryl. And actually, I really do like to see him step up for DAMWON because Beryl has probably made the most individual mistakes for DAMWON thus far at MSI. So with him being on fire in the bottom lane and creating a lot of plays here for them, this is a very good sign for DAMWON. Here's the aftermath, though. As Cloud9, all 3 did collapse into the river there. They were initially looking to pressure Canyon, but Canyon pulled off the play with Khan, and then they focused focus on the Scuttle Crab, leaving Fudge out to dry and giving over a much bigger payout because that was first blood and it was assisted. So you get the extra 50% added on top of it there. Big payout for DAMWON in exchange for the double Scuttle. Very, very much in their favor. Canyon even taking the opportunity now off of the pressure that they earned to go counter jungle an entire quadrant from Blabber here. You see Blabber off of that reset is heading to his blue quadrant. This is just going to be pure wasted time for him. Fudge has already been chunked out, so he can't actually chase Canyon off the Gromp quite yet.
But Blabber can move, so Canyon has to give it away. Does get to take the Wolves, though, right? That is still a meaningful camp taken out, but yeah, enough that they can 2v1 it. But oh, that control ward means so much. Perkz doesn't have mana. He's got to run for his life. Now, Canyon is flashless. They can call that. Black Shield doesn't stop the stun, but it is going to prevent any more Phoenix damage, so Perkz will finally get his recall off.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's on another ward.
Yeah.
So Canyon still going to mess with this one. And he'll have vision. He won't be surprised by Canyon, but that's going to be another recall stopped.
Oh, this is devastating. Look at the mid lane there. Showmaker is instantly pushing the mid wave. I can't see right now. Did Perkz already use his teleport?
He has TP. I looked before. He has TP. So it's not going to end up losing him very much. He's got everything but 3 melee minions still there. I believe Smite was burned by Canyon to make sure he can shove the wave sooner. Okay, yes, we are going to force TP. We're going to guarantee he has to burn this one. So Perkz will not lose really much of anything there, despite Canyon spending all that time slowing him down. He's still getting pretty much the entire wave.
But the pressure cascades. It does not let up here. Canyon then gets to bring Roam from Showmaker into the jungle. They leave wards behind here in the red quadrant of Cloud9's jungle. So you see that control ward behind red. Canyon also coming in to relieve bottom lane and then just swing over to the dragon. So this is very good use of not letting up on the extra pressure and tempo that DAMWON do have from the early invade there. All of these chunks and all of these recall stops that they do to force out the teleport are then moved down the map slowly. You go down this checklist and they go for the invade first, then they push off the bottom lane. That sets up the dragon. Counter from top side though will be Blabber. Here's that dive possibility.
Ult comes down for both players. Walk up for Blabber. Easy bind. Black Shield just in case. A flash to safety is going to mean absolutely nothing. And Khan burns a summoner spell and still drops the death.
That's that Renekton Morgana combination from Champ Select we were trying to focus on. Cloud9 do make the punish on top side in exchange for that dragon. It will be a push in, and this is without a teleport for Gangplank. Canyon will always take something from you, though. The opportunity cost of going for a top lane play when Canyon's in the game will be your bottom side resources. Takes away the Raptors here as well, with Showmaker pushing in on mid. Effortless, even though Vulcan tries to cover for Blabber.
And the CS lead in mid is growing, by the way. It was 10 a little while ago. Now it's more like 15. Perkz constantly pushed in, dropping some CS under the turret as it happens. Showmaker on a great clip, right? He's on 10 CS a minute, and Perkz, he's got the most farm on his team, but cannot keep up with Showmaker's kind of adept farming.
Yeah, and Canyon taking every opportunity to get that counter jungling down. Udyr constantly invading here into Cloud9's territory. Another hook lands from Barrel, but this one is a little dangerous. Good damage, good flash.
One thing to point out is hold on, there's a fight maybe in the bottom side. Rocket jump forward only means an attack. For a slow, Blabber can go for the bind. I'm not going to land that one. So one interesting thing about most engaged supports' combat patterns is they run Aftershock. So they land the hard CC, which is how they get in, and then about 2 seconds later, Aftershock turns off. Well, Tristana's primary trading pattern, at least once she's higher level, is getting the 4 stack of explosive charge, which by definition isn't going to blow up for about 2 seconds. So most of Sven's damage is always going to come after the Aftershock armor falls off, which can make those all-ins deceptively very scary because you can never prevent her biggest spell from dealing max damage.
Definitely true, but here's the continued story of the game. These wards in the river will see Canyon's entry, though, and Perkz may be losing minions in mid lane, but he's doing his duty trying to defend these camps for Blabber to make sure this Morgana still can acquire resources.
And another push towards mid. This is going to be a nice stun, though. The ulti, the flash hook, and Perkz just cut off on the walkover. Try to protect Blue Buff, could not protect his own life. DAMWON Kia take down Perkz.
Upon re-entry to the mid lane, he tries to defend jungle, and a great punish from Showmaker here. You see, he just barely did not have enough move speed to get out of the gravity field there. He did not get the move speed up on himself before trying to walk back over. And that's the danger of constantly leaving the mid wave to try and keep track of Canyon and keep his hands off your valuable jungle camps. Showmaker is always going to punish you. if you turn your eyes towards one of the stars of DAMWON, the other one comes in and punishes immediately. Really good job by Showmaker. He immediately pushes the wave, and then when Perkz is trying to transition back, he lands everything.
Stun into Orange's Flash, gonna look for the ulti. This should be no way out for Khan yet again. The bind's gonna land, the stun's gonna land, but how about the way out for Canyon? Can't get through Blabber to get to Fudge, another kill topside.
Really good rebuttal here from Cloud9. Blabber again focusing topside. There's nobody else to come, so it should be just fine for C9. Perkz is able to revive, get back out to mid lane, and try and push this preemptively for the another attempted start on this Rift Trail. 10 minutes in. It does take quite a while to finish up, so Khan will revive. His teleport's still ticking away on the cooldown, though, so he won't have teleport. He can lend the ult.
Okay, Headbutt Pulve's gonna find Nautilus, does not land the Q onto the wall, so Barrel doesn't have a way out. No flash, no easy ways to make this one happen, so the re-engage is there, and that's gonna be enough for the kill. Explosive Charge should do it. Last auto attack comes through, Perkz grabs the kill. Blabber also grabs Rift Herald, so where's it gonna go? One plate is down in top, nothing else anywhere else in the map.
Again, look at the resources used from Cloud9 to get this, though. Everybody rotated up top, so Ghost is able to get his 2 turret plates off on the bottom side. Well, just finishes off a single one there, softening up number 2, pushing it into the wave, and good teleport from Fudge to stop Ghost from getting the second one and getting the rest of that wave. Cloud9 trying to breathe some life back into this game for themselves with the swap up to top side. They've been able to weaken Khan after successive ganks from Blabber, and now with the Rift Herald picked up, trying to actually just get some resets here as Blabber's now transitioning to the bottom side of the map.
All right, Hex Flash forward for Nautilus in case something spicy was happening. It was not, though. With that known, Fudge knows he is 1v1 against Kai'Sa in the bottom lane. Ghost gets a push, but not much else. Watch that fight again.
Okay, so again, remember the setup for this was the gank on top side. They take out Khan. He's dead right now, has no teleport, has no Gangplank ultimate, so Vulcan takes the initiative into his own hands, locks up Barrel, sets him up. Perkz then investing the shockwave just into the support allows for the fall up there, and you saw Sven, heading up, resulting in their turnaround.
Blabber spotted, he doesn't know though. Flash comes in time, he can't black shield it. Ult's not gonna matter, Blabber was slow. And now the engaged topside means a kill as well on Tristana. Anchor's gonna land, goodbye to Vulcan, he is dropped. DAMWON Kia get 3 quick kills.
Very, very impressive to win both sides of the map at the same time here. Canyon insta-flashes on Blabber, can't self-cast the black shield in time, so that means the plasma is applied, Freak. And once the plasma is applied, Blabber is dead. Ghost instantly goes in on it. A really, really good no hesitation plays. Meanwhile, they didn't have to invest a teleport on bottom side to make that play, so they're able to use it top side. Perkz does push out 1 wave, but it's easily cleaned up there by Showmaker. And again, DAMWON now 2 dragons on top of the early gold lead. Here's the 2v2 played. Barrel walks around the minions here. Good positioning from him. The Gangplank ultimate completes it, and it is a big pop right there.
Yeah, I mean, a great Barrel, obviously. Mistake from Vulcan. You don't need to pulverize the Gangplank. Just headbutt him out, then turn around. You're disengaging the fight. You're never turning it back in, so should not have pressed Q. It kept him in range. Obviously, mechanical misplay there, the same we saw from Blabber in the bottom side. So DAMWON Kia just picking apart, but Barrel, that is a well-timed headbutt pulverize. That is Barrel forced to flash away, but the rocket jump resets. This is going to be a lot more damage. Can it be enough to knock down Barrel? Does not have any more escape tools, but the Q's back up in 3 seconds. Not an easy wall to jump to just yet. Goes back for the re-engage instead. And there we go. Headbutt pull number 2 will mean the kill. Walk back, let Sven get his first kill of the game. It's something back in the pockets, but 2.7 thousand still puts DAMWON ahead.
Yeah, Cloud9 are definitely going to need more money onto Sven if they're going to win. Vulcan here, he doesn't have anything available to get him out, is waiting on the pressure of the rest of his teammates to be...
Go. Fight top side, not going to burn the ult just yet on Fudge's side, wants to hold on to that cooldown. Ultimately, yeah, the chance of getting re-engaged means Ghost can't chase any farther. Obviously, a ult forced out of Vulcan, though, is still a cooldown missing.
Definitely going to be one that they feel. Topside being the extra pressure from DAMWON, though, does mean they force Fudge off of the tower. Should allow Khan to be able to get up there and finish that one off. You see Showmaker and Canyon already moving early on the play. You like to see this rotation from DAMWON. They push out mid lane and then go to support Khan in his efforts to finish up the tower, get the extra gold here. That is first tower bonus, plus means no more area to work with here on the top side of the map for Cloud9. DAMWON consistently moving in to counter jungle as well as leave these wards behind and make it harder for C9 to play off of the one area of the map that did have the extra kills.
True. Barrel missing actually a lot of these anchors. It's another one I've seen him miss against the wall now. Fight top set up against Khan. Flashing for the stun, and a flash to get away means Khan will be safe. No chase going to be found. Good job, Khan, getting away from the pressure. That is another jungle gank attempted top side, but it does not matter. And Khan, for all the ganks onto him, for all the deaths that have been forced upon him, he's gone for the squishier build, the higher damage build, and yet has more farm and has more turret plays to his name.
Yep, and he's got cooldown reduction for his ultimates will be able to come through. So with all this dragon control set up here for DAMWON, they have really good scaling in the game plan for side lane. Showmaker already 12, plus the kill and assist mean you get your upgrades quicker for the Victor. This is going to be very, very substantial scaling for them, and considering they have the first 2 dragons, should be some easy setups for DAMWON around this area. Top lane is the tower already being down, means that Khan can get the push there and then try and rotate quicker for the vision setup.
Well, first big power spike for Ghost is done. That is Mythic plus Q Evolve, and beyond level 9, he is very scary. Any team fight involving Kai'Sa is going to be really deadly on the Cloud9 side. Keep in mind, they do have 2 tanks. The Renekton can withstand it. Oh, nice snipe. That was beautiful. And I believe it was fully blind. I don't think he had any vision over there. So I guess he had a ward that got swept, but he had the Vague timer. Still a really nice shot. That is really, really well done.
All right, this is going to be critical for Cloud9, trying to clear out vision in their own jungle here. Binding will land, but there's no damage around to actually punish anything or get any cooldowns out of Canyon in preparation for this dragon fight. This actually is going to be pivotal because number 3 given over to DAMWON with the amount of security they will have. If you then have to fight at the 5 minutes when Soul Point really does come up for Cloud9, it's going to be devastating. So they really want to try and get a pick here to set it up, try and get some at least cooldown advantage before the force from DAMWON actually does come through. But it looks like it's going to be so difficult to do that. Fudge has teleport on the Renekton. He can join if they want to throw all in. You see Khan already walking down, though. DAMWON definitely bringing all resources here. It's a win-win for DAMWON because if Cloud9 don't fight it, they can still use the teleport from Khan to just go back up to top side and make sure that they don't lose anything beyond the first turret that Fudge is hitting right now.
All right, a little bit of bind, a little decent damage on a Barrow. He's going to pop the ulti, but Sven can, of course, ignore that thanks to Black Shield. Blabber was there the whole time. I think he knew that. Weird to burn the cooldown, but it's still going to be enough to say, look, the turret is ours. We can trade turret for turret. Dragon spawning in 5 seconds. Khan walking his way back up now. But hold on, Ghost, is he a target? Yes, he is. Great headbutt, pulverized, flash combo, lands in, and now it's time for the re-engage. 5v4, what can Cloud9 find? Without GP ult, the disengage tools are limited. Without Ghost, the team fight's limited.
That is huge. I mean, I think DAMWON have to just seed this dragon here. No ults even being expended to get this pick onto Ghost. Just a really good initiation there from Cloud9. They find the pick. They can breathe a sigh of relief here, relieving some of the pressure on the dragon stack, and they also might catch Canyon.
Canyon a bit low, has to flash away. Blabber, though, down to about 1k. Bind doesn't quite hit Showmaker. Good sidestep there. 100 health. He's got to be careful. Flash combo. He's going to land. Black Shield, and a sidestep gets away. And now Fudge has to save his life. Can Showmaker find the next death laser? Can he get the death ray? Can he get it? No! No! Fudge! Fudge, you killed him! The Luden's Echo is what got the kill. And now Sven will at least trade one back onto Barrel. But I don't think he predicted that, but that is why the man died.
You can't body block anything coming from Victor too.
Exactly.
And the edge of the laser was definitely close there, but it's definitely a tragedy for Blabber. Still, Cloud9 with the last recent events on their pick on Ghost and follow up on Dragon do have some footing to work with here. Honestly, though, it's definitely scary because of the amount of power that you have building up on DAMWON, and Showmaker also getting that kill here. Now the extra one going up to Victor is going to be extremely difficult to navigate for team fights. When Sven jumps in on the Tristana, he has to be extremely careful and cognizant of the amount of damage here that can come out of Showmaker, even with Black Shield at their disposal. The team fights are so much easier for DAMWON to actually play.
Alrighty, look at this now. 4,000 gold nearly, maybe 3.5, I guess, but we're rounding here. DAMWON in a great spot. 3-0 on turrets. They got map pressure to boot. That's even worth more than the gold in some cases. Watch this one again.
All right,
it's tragic.
Let's magnifying glass on the range of this laser here.
Yeah, it missed.
Oh yeah, it wasn't
missed.
going to touch. It was the Ludens.
Yep.
So it's I feel where that it's kind of like your initial human just instincts. You want to get in front of and protect your teammates, right? But there's nothing you can actually body block on Victor. And then as you're saying, you're only serving to proc the Ludens here, so there's no benefit from standing in front of him except for maybe the mental there, and it actually does give over the extra kill. What a tragedy. You got to move on though here in the game. DAMWON pushing out on bottom side, do draw Cloud9 down. You can see how effectively DAMWON are using their 1-3-1 with the extra pressure. Gangplank had been pushing on top side this entire time, so Khan does get up to the tower. Cloud9's focus here, in order to get back into this game, they do need to find that pick. They've got Morgana bindings to follow up on any sort of flash play from Vulcan or flash play from Fudge. It's definitely not easy to do because they don't have extreme range here. And Morgana, while you do have range on the binding, it moves fairly slowly, so you really do need the setup there. And if you're just fishing with it, you kind of have to count on luck for that to actually be the start point for your effective play. And so C9, they're doing their best to control vision in an effort to increase their chances of finding that pick. It's still so difficult though, because DAMWON are diligent as ever, continuing to move in these wards deep in the C9 jungle, and they haven't been able to clean them all.
Haven't cleaned them all. Blabber has Sweeper up right now. A decent line of control wards gets rid of most of the vision, but yes, indeed. The support and junglers spotted as they go through that section of the map. Well done by Barrel to get that ward down. That is a very high value ward. Almost deserves a proper noun. We'll see if it gets them a kill sometime down the line. Blabber, no problem grabbing Gromp for himself. 125 until the 4th Dragon of the game. If not for Cloud9 winning that team fight 3 minutes ago, that could have been the attempt at Dragon Soul here for DAMWON. Instead, Cloud9 keeping this 3,000 gold deficit as it stands. We'll see how they want to play this one out. Do they simply trade a turret for the Dragon, or do they take a team fight yet again?
Well, every move is under the knowledge of DAMWON. So no matter what they come up with here, there's going to be an early alert. Look at the creativity of the wards too. On the other side of the Raptor pit, all these little nooks and crannies here from DAMWON being lit up. That control ward, the common one in the Raptor brush, not seeing on the inside crack there. And so everything is with safety and with extra knowledge here from DAMWON. That's why it's so hard for Cloud9 to pull off that surprise play or pick anyone off out of position. DAMWON can easily collapse very early on this Dragon fight. 30 seconds still left for them, and they've brought everybody down to fight off and ensure that they retain control of this vision. Perkz does have teleport, so for Cloud9's sake, they will get their first tower. He's poking away at the top tower now, just gonna try and finish that one off. As the Dragon's being set up. It does mean that the Orianna will be later to arrive to the fight because your teleport channel time does have to be worked around. Cloud9 though, because they got the 3rd one off of that pick onto Ghost, can make the choice not to actually fight this one and wait later on into the game until they finish scaling up. It looks like that is the choice that they have made. No teleport will be used. They'll cede over the soul point to DAMWON and decide to fight in 5 minutes.
All right, Cloud9, you got to get something on the other side of the map then. It's Renekton just taking down the junk wave in the bottom side. It's Ward's top side you would hope to see, though. Obviously, Baron is now alive 20 minutes into the game, and that is now where Vision has to move for the next 5 minutes. Obviously, you care about Dragon again in 4.5 when it spawns, but until then, Baron can make or break this game. Cloud9 mostly still sitting on wards as Vulcan has recalled to the base and gotten his stacks back. We'll see if Cloud9 can get any vision on that top side.
All right, Sven stacking up his Phantom Dancer in mid lane, has hit the 2-item power spike that will be critical for Cloud9 in these team fights. Keep your eyes on Vulcan trying to deliver the Orianna Shockwave. With Vulcan and Fudge both having their flashes, it means so much for Cloud9. These are extremely important flashes for them to have in order to try and get those very big shockwaves. You have a lot of creativity then for your playmaking, for your initiation within this team comp, and that's one of the only things that DAMWON really have to be scared of at this point. Barring that, they can continue to push in on these side waves. They have Gangplank ultimate to be able to stall for them if C9 do try and make one of these moves. And you see Khan, again, trying to move up on bottom side where they have plenty of vision through the C9 red quadrant of their jungle. And the rest of DAMWON keeping control of the minion waves, while Cloud9, they keep poking and prodding, looking for that flank in for Vulcan, looking for the avenue to make their pick.
Well, they found a nice bind on a barrel, but it's not going to be enough. Vulcan afraid of the re-engage. Pops Shirelius to run away. That is a meaningful cooldown now missing. It may not matter for Baron, but you never know. Barrel going to come in. Nice black shield. Ults into Perks, though. Be careful. He's going to take so much damage. Down to half HP. Flashes in case Showmaker might have gone for the ulti. Vulcan ult about to turn off as well, though. Be careful of the re-engage. Down to 200 HP. Blast Plant Betrayal. And the Anchor's going to land as well. Sven still has Flash, though, if he needs it. Might have to burn in a second. Does so. Would have been stunned up by Showmaker. Nice kill, though. 1 for 0 so far. Good teamfight for DAMWON. Shockwave going to miss the first airball of the game for Perks.
Who hit that blast cone? We're going to have to do some investigative journalism
Flash
there.
stun, though. Barrel doesn't have a good way out. Ult's going to come in for Fudge. Takes the kill. Nicely done. A 1 for 1. Then now it's support for support. But what about the re-engage? Fudge down to 800 health. Going to be stunned up. Re-engage comes in. Nice bunch shot backwards. But Ghost is in. And Ghost finds himself the kill. Fudge trades back on a canyon, though. Another 1 for 1 battle. Perks can't go much farther. And it's going to end the fight.
Oh, Fudge really trying to retake control here for Cloud9 with the kill on the Canyon. That means that DAMWON cannot at least do the Baron. So just these small threads of hope are where Cloud9 are clinging to when some of these errors pop up and cost them. Blast Cone Betrayal on Vulcan, then the Shockwave as well following up. Let's take a look at it, Freak. Blabber, the black shield is drawn out by Barrel in exchange for the hook there. So you see Barrel, he didn't hesitate. He immediately was able to get the high value ultimate on backline target. Blast Cone, looking at it, it looked like Blabber did it.
Oh yeah, it was Blabber.
It was actually the Morgana there. Blabber with the betrayal on his support. He was trying to wait until Vulcan got to the other side so that he can auto it for Vulcan so that Vulcan doesn't have to use his animation, but he did it too early. Then though, Fudge takes matters in his own hands. He tries to pull something back because DAMWON would just go straight for the Baron there. And this was critical. Then Sven actually buys a lot of time, draws everybody over to the right side of your screen. But meanwhile, the important part for C9 was the left side. You see, they all left Canyon in their attempt to go kill off of Sven. And they did kill the Cloud9 AD carry, but they lost their jungler, they lost their smite, so they don't get the Baron in the aftermath. And Cloud9, yes, they are holding on by threads, but those threads are still there. They have the opportunity at the next team fight. Here we go, 1 minute on this Infernal Soul Dragon for DAMWON. DAMWON holding all the cards. They will force Cloud9 to walk to them, and they will force Cloud9 into the scary prospect of walking through Gangplank barrels and Victor Gravity Shield and right into the waiting arms of the Nautilus.
Well, DAMWON walking into mid, 35 seconds. A little bit of poke towards Blabber. Shirelius popped there. Ult comes across, spell shielded. Easy kill number 1. Fudge finds that flank yet again, but careful. Shield is popped, re-engage over Canyon. Headbutt pull up in the back line. Where's the Shockwave? It's far too late. Already Zhonya's by 1. Ghost able to kite it out. Health bar's low, but Perks dies. Must have been stunned away by the Udyr as he could not combo into the Alistar. End of the day, 1 for 1. But support for mid laner means DAMWON get to walk at the Dragon in 10 seconds. Recall gonna be stopped. Vulcan now can't be healthy for this fight.
Blabber trying to heal up off these Raptors. He actually invests his smite into it
Dragon
as well, so they're going to forfeit the Infernal Soul, adding more damage onto the already stacked lineup of DAMWON here. The Gangplank with triple items Infinity Edge completed, now with Infernal Soul on top of it as well, and Khan approaching level 6. You thought the barrels were blowing people up before, Freak. It is going to get very dangerous. I like the initial call from Cloud9. They don't want to let DAMWON retreat into the Fog of War to have that extra advantage, so Vulcan makes the initial pick there. Then Perks goes over to try and follow up the Shockwave. Showmaker would have Zhonya's the Shockwave either way, whether it was casting it instantly or whether it's afterwards, because you can always Zhonya's that very easy animation.
Even through a pulverize?
Well, off of coming down, off of the knock up, I still think there's a bit of time on the animation there since it is so long. They do get a pick here, though.
Good stuns. This could be a death on a Canyon, and that's right in front of Baron. Cloud9, we've seen these Barons before, gets the Hex Flash off. He wasn't in combat when he started it, so he gets to finish the channel. And now, here we go. Is this going to happen? Blabber, of course, has his smite, but what's the teamfight engage going to look like? Vulcan waiting in the wings, has ulti, goes in for the setup, burns stopwatch off of Barrel. How about the teamfight? Good stun comes across, but it's a 1 for 0. Now it's a 5v3. Is that enough? And Scuttle, I believe, no, Scuttle itself continues to betray Cloud9. Showmaker grabs it, nicely done with the ulti, and that means Cloud9 disengage. Hey, 2 kills are 2 kills, but no objective after.
Yeah, they're still tugging on those threads, Freak. Couple more picks here from Cloud9 do mean that DAMWON won initially start off the Baron, but even suffering 2 kills, forcing C9 out of the jungle, they do get mid tower for themselves. All carries still healthy there for DAMWON. So losing their front line, they still have plenty of damage dealers out on the map to take some objectives. And we'll be able to one-shot minion waves as well as towers.
Now, Fudge, I feel like kind of the man of the game for Cloud9 right now. His flanks have been good. He's front-lining very well. He's found some solo kills. Sterix obviously is done, and he's on the way towards Stone Plate. So he will be very durable and still threatening on all these backline members. Of course, Azonia's matters, but Ghost doesn't have the best defensive tools. So we'll see what happens with him. 3 items though on both AD carries. Infinity Edge crucially done for Sven thanks to his 5 kills. Shrellia's popped. Ghost sees it. They're not going to go for the all-in dive under the turret. Barrel waiting in the wings. Not spotted by a ward. Sven just takes the farm and walks away. 297 CS. He's got a lot. But Showmaker, death cap done for a while. He is huge.
Now, the other thing, Freak, in your point on this coordination from Cloud9 in these fights, the communication and the setup has to be there a little bit earlier, because if Perkz and if Vulcan is able to communicate to Perkz, hand me the ball earlier, then Perkz can start the animation of the shockwave as he goes for the re-engage. And then you don't have any lapse of time in between those two. But Perkz had to remove the ball over. Now it's in the hands of Vulcan.
Renekton's far. Renekton is far, but he had to recall, has no TP, so Vulcan may just die for this play, slowing them down. 1k health. Ulti's going to time out eventually as they walk away through the Gangplank ultimate. He will live, but the health bar, yeah, of course, he survives it, but now Blabber's at half, Vulcan's at half, and now they have to try to re-engage now out of this Baron. They know what's happening, they have to know, and they have to take the fight.
Yes, they do, and now Alistar with no health and no ultimate. Vulcan will be on a one-way trip if he's initiated.
X-Flash, headbutt, pull on the front line. Vulcan won't die. Fudge finds kill with the help of a teammate. Into the back line goes Ghost. Shockwave is flashed. Beautiful play by the DAMWON AD carry. It's a 2-for-1 though. Ghost slowed. Zen is in. Baron is picked up now, but DAMWON Kia, do they have the teammates to win the fight after all? Showmaker, go, he's got a one-shot. The poor jungler. Buster shot back. Kill picked up 850 gold. And now the chase down on the canyon. Does Fudge have it? Gets rid of any wards that might be there. Fudge has minions. He could have waited a second to jump into the minions for a bit more distance, but still, Baron picked up, but everyone died except for Canyon, who only has the buff.
Cloud9 now finally with a moment of control on Summoner's Rift after taking down 4 of the DAMWON Baron buffs. They finally take down the mid tower here, and Sven moving over to collect gold off of the bottom turret. They're getting critical money to try and fight these team fights. Vulcan goes in on Alistar, immediately getting the pop onto Barrel, and then drawing Ghost in. Perkz, good evasive maneuvers himself. He gets Ghost flash out with his shockwave, then flashes himself to create the distance and allows Sven to come in and get the kill. Good instant Zonia's there from Showmaker, doesn't get stunned up, and then he can insta-burst as soon as he gets out of it. Does mean Cloud9 still, though, pick up the extra members off of DAMWON and get some much-needed gold off of the map. There's so much standing gold still left in these outer towers. They get both of the remaining outer towers for themselves.
Yes.
Now they can actually, have a fighting chance in some of these toe-to-toe fights. They have been able to scrap their way still back into contention. DAMWON, though, they still hold the Baron buff as well as the Infernal Soul.
So, it's another negative Red Bull Baron power play in a Cloud9 game. This one, though, is Cloud9 getting the better side of it. And you can see the gold difference edging back. You talked about that small thread of hope for Cloud9. It appears well rolled. They've had a lot of good notable plays here. And now they're looking to fight over the Elder Dragon. Spawns in 40 seconds. And only Canyon has that Baron buff, so a bit of extra damage, not gonna matter that much for a tank. So let's see now, 30 seconds on the Dragon. Cloud9 have shown good team fighting, and they're gonna get rid of some of the vision now.
All right, they've got the early position, forcing down on it right now. 22 seconds left. Right out of the base here for both the carries as Showmaker and Ghost, neither of which have flash. Let I remind you, Vulcan now, the Alistar does. So him with the Orianna ball flashing on the 2 primary carries is the dream scenario for Cloud9. That's what DAMWON are looking to avoid. Khan, level 17, fully stacked Gangplank here, 4 items, looking for the big barrels. C9 trying to get a little bit of a wraparound here for Fudge, maybe a possible flank for them.
Buster shot on the Udyr. Smite fight is 50 higher for Blabber. Here goes the play. Who's gonna get it? It goes to Blabber. This could be the team fight that decides the game. But already Tristana is dead to a barrel chain. So Elder Dragon 4v5 is the team fight. Canyon at one hit. Buster's finally a kill for the Alistair. But Cloud9 are running out of health. Just like last time, one team gets the objective. The other team wins the fight. Blabber gets shut down. DAMWON, it's time to push for the base. It's 4v0.
The story for Cloud9 in this stage of MSI, so close and yet no victory. DAMWON come up with the kills off of the fight on Elder Dragon. Khan immediately erasing Sven here with the Fed gangplank. They can push in on the base here, freaking DAMWON will improve to 5-1.
Cloud9 not mathematically eliminated, but it is so likely they will not advance after this result. We'll wait to see the rest of them, but DAMWON Kia, 5-1, remain tied for first in the Rumble stage.
Valiant effort there from Cloud9, trying to fight their way out of this DAMWON advantage that they got fairly early in the game. But good placement there in the end, able to finish up the extra kills on the fight. Usually, when you're able to get that smite on the Elder Dragon, fills you with confidence for it, but the carry going down early means that DAMWON sweep right through them to another victory.
It's another game and another game and another game where Cloud9 versus DAMWON is crucially close, but 3-1 in the end. It is DAMWON who clutch it out in the end. Huge team fight around Elder Dragon, a great smite for Blabber, but the team fighting was just better. Khan on the gangplank. He was ganked so many times, and yet he found himself what he needed to do, which was chunking out the bottom lane, taking the kill on Tristana, the man with all the gold on Cloud9, and that closed the game out. Now, next up, we will soon see the rematch between PSG Talent and Mad Lions, who faced off in an intense game yesterday. As we go to break, let's listen in to Mad's voice comms in Sounds of the Game, presented by Bose.